Okay, happy October. What an awesome finish to September. September historically is not a month that's like, the team like blows it out of the water because you got back to school. People are starting to just barely get back into routine. It's kind of a weird month, but it was great to see how everybody finished and how we all pushed through at the end of the month. And it actually turned out to be an awesome month for us as a team. So I am going to go through some personal recognition. But first, in the chat box, if you can, if you're safe and you're not driving or any of that stuff, if you could type in what you are most proud of, one thing that you are proud of yourself for September. I'm gonna type mine too. Three new distributors, which we're going to talk about. Erica, you signed. Karen, sticking with it, putting yourself out there totally on IG. Kristen, posting regularly on social media. Monica, joined the team. Lacey, putting myself out there and actually inviting people. I love it all, you guys. So much good stuff to be proud of. And I will tell you, like, on the months that you crush it, be proud. And the months where you might not have hit the goal that you wanted, find something that you're proud of, because then you're just going to you're going to start the second month, the next month, with a bad attitude. So always, first thing you do is think about what you're really proud of so that you can go into this month with momentum and excitement instead of a feeling of not hitting a goal or failure. Okay. So I want everyone to keep that thought stuck in their head, whatever you're proud of, and let that lead you into October. Now, October is usually a really awesome month. So it's a long month. We've got 31 days. I swear that extra day makes a difference. It's an exciting month because people are back into routine. Kids are in school this year. And then here's the thing, Shaklee has so many products that are immunity-based products, and we're heading into sick and flu season. So this is the time to really, really go all in with your business. And that's just like on a normal year. And then right now we've got this insane promotion, right? You have an opportunity to build your team, and anybody who joins you can earn double commission. Okay. Now you might think, wait a minute, why am I not earning double commission if you're not? Think about this for a second. If you're growing your team and they are succeeding, you are making more money. Okay. So this impacts everyone. You should all be excited about this. Personally, double commission is awesome to get someone started, but it's not why you're here the long run, right? Like, double commission isn't why we are building a long-term business. It's growing a team, because that's the beauty of this. You don't want to be a salesperson forever. You want to build a team and lead people. And if you ask me what I love most about what I do, it's actually not the everyday selling. I have fun with that. I love our products. They're cool to share, but really it's talking to all of you. That's what I love. I love having a team. And so this promotion allows us to build a team, help our people get started. And then even if you're brand new, like Monica, you just joined and you're part of this promotion, this is a great opportunity to tell your friends, hey guys, I'm brand new. I don't really know what I'm doing, but let's learn together and earn some income, earn some extra money for the holidays, right? Like, this is the time to grow your team, whether it's your first day here or your 7th month here. Okay. All right, let's go through some, share screen. Let's go through some recognition from September. Can you guys all see this screen? Yeah, okay. September $1,000 PV club. So this is everybody that over 1,000 for PGV. It says PD, it's PGV. Sorry about that. I have a little star here because Tolly's gonna get there. Karen, did you get my message too? Or not yet?
No.
Okay, that's okay. I left you a message, but I'm gonna go over it on the call. So and the 300 plus PV club, I'm gonna come back here real quick though. I do really want to highlight a couple things. Erica, best month ever. Congratulations. She grew her team, she grew her own business, held her director rank. Audrey, I don't think is on here right now, but awesome job, Audrey, who is growing her team right now, beat her 2,000 to hold her director rank. Mary, we have a new associate on the team, came in over 1,000 and hit associate rank. Aletha came in over 1,000, and Tolly is going to hit. Okay. So I'm going to explain that, but she is going to hit associate rank for last month. I know it. So that's why I put her on here, because I'm just going to call out right now that she's going to get there. 300 plus PGV club. So Karen, you actually have, we can push volume from today into last month. Okay. So you're like, what is it? 21 PV away. Now the reason you want to do that is 500 PGV in your first month. What does it give you? $50 bonus. And then you get your first commission. So it's almost like you're leaving money on the table. So we want to either you want to sell something that's 21 PV or buy something that's 21 PV.
I could buy something myself.
You can buy it yourself and then message me. We're going to push it in the last month. I have to physically send an email to push the volume back though.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So once you do it, then I'll send the email for you. Okay. Stacy, be in the 300 PGV at 609. Karen, I have you on there twice. We're recognizing you 2 times today.
Oh yeah.
And Kristen at 631. I do not have Star Club numbers yet because I have to go in and individually check every person. Now, Lacey, I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I know you had a really good first month here. Unfortunately, I can't see your numbers. I wish I could, so I could recognize you. The way it works is I can see you until you hit director. And then I can't see, it's kind of tricky. Our back office is strange. So if I don't have you, it's because I can't see you. But if you want to ever pop your numbers into the chat, I would love to celebrate you and recognize you all day long. Okay. But just know I didn't leave you out because I don't care. And I know Lacey had an awesome first month because I heard about it from her upline, who is Serena. All right. Let's chat about our plan moving forward. I'm going to share screen again. Where is it? Yeah, that was the right one. There we go. Okay, so I just want to remind you all that when you add a new team member, so if you bring someone onto the team, make sure you add them to the Team Empowered Facebook page. You introduce them on the page with a picture and a post, introduce them in your IG stories, tag them in the first post on Team Empowered, and then send a group Facebook message to them and include me, okay? Show a lot of excitement, welcome them, and then I will say hello and get to know them. That first email that they're gonna get, that first email is going to show them. So when you add them to that post on Team Empowered, there's a little line in there that says on that post, join the email list. That's really important that they do that because that's going to show them how to download boards. It's going to show them how to get their direct deposit started. So all of those things are like the technical things instead of you having to walk them through that. Okay. Then I'm going to ask them to share their why. I want to know, why is this important to you? Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, send me a list of 40. Monica wins the prize for the fastest person ever to send me a list of 40 people. And Monica, I told you I would get back to you because I was going to give you a few days. You've got what, it's your daughter's birthday this weekend? Yeah. So as soon as that's done, the next assignment that they're going to get is to send a voice memo. And I'm going to tell you how to send it. I'm going to show you, I'm going to teach all of our new team members how to send that voice memo. Invite those 40 people to take a meology quiz. It's super important that our new folks that join do that really quickly, because when they start getting those wins early on, they get excited about working this business. And then out of 40 people, if they're sending 40 messages, I'm going to tell you right now, a couple of those people are going to want to get meology. Okay. And then the next step, which we haven't really been doing very much of, but Erica and I did, and I'm going to start doing that again. So I'll reach out to you, is to go live on IG and talk about what we're doing. It was actually really fun when Erica and I did it. And I think that really is another thing in building our team, is getting on IG and talking as a team, not just solo. Okay, we talked about what we're proud of. We talked about getting our new leaders started strong. Now, as soon as you feel like someone that you brought on has kind of got like the basics down, add them to our Love Shack thread on Facebook, because that's where the magic happens, right? That's where we chat. That's where we're a team. So there's no right answer, like when are they ready? If someone's diving in and sending out meology, just put them in there. That way they can share and be a part of the team whenever you feel like they are ready to go. All right, so October, I want you to type in your rank goal if you have one. If you're brand new and you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. But if you have a rank goal, I want to talk about the rank. So the first rank is associate. The first rank which is 1,000 PGV. The first rank that's on the comp plan is director. And that's the one that gives you the highest commission at 20%, okay? It's really what you should all shoot for as soon as you can. What that means is you have 2,000 PGV. Now here's what's really cool about PGV. Personal group volume is your volume from your orders, your volume from your customers, but also from your team. So if you bring on a team member, anything they buy or sell also goes into that number. So if you have people on your team, you can hit that 2,000 a lot faster, okay? Go ahead and type in whatever your goal is. Oh, Lacey hit 1,020, by the way, so she hit associate rank. Congrats, Lacey, in her first month. All right, what is your goal for October? And it can be to hold. If you're already director, it can be to hit senior director, which means you have director under you. Share in the chat screen. Woo, woo, Kristen leading us off with director. Hit senior director. I love it, Erica. Totally, Lacey, you've got it. You hit your 1,000 this month. 3 new stars. I think, Karen, for you, you could easily hit associate, and if you want to push, you could hit director, but associate would be like double what you did this month.
See, I haven't really paid attention to any of that stuff yet, so I'd have to go back and
keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
Okay.
Tali, yay, you made it. Beat my PGV for this month. Associate director. Tali, I left you a message. You already hit associate. We just need to get you like a couple more dollars in there and push them into last month. So yeah, I think you could actually totally hit director next month. Okay. Update on challenge groups. We are running the 7-day cleanse on IG. And then after that, you guys, for the Meology challenge groups, I truly believe the focus has to be wellness on the Meology challenge groups. We should not be selling it as a weight loss package, because what ends up happening is people end up canceling if they didn't hit their weight loss goals. Now, will you lose weight if you do Meology to replace one meal with Life Shake and start with a 7-day cleanse? Probably. You're cleansing your gut, you're improving your body composition, you're improving your digestive system, you're taking Meology, you shouldn't be having as many cravings as before, you're starting your day with a Life Shake. Are you going to probably lose weight? Probably. That's a lot of good stuff happening. Is it a weight loss program? No, it is not a weight loss program, because it is geared towards wellness. And when we sell that challenge pack, we have got to say, this really is something you want to try to stay on long-term. Okay. Putting this into your life long-term is going to have these incredible benefits for your life. Over time, you're probably going to lose weight. I mean, that's what I did when I started, you guys, and it has made a huge difference in helping me break plateaus, but it's not a diet program. All right. So we're going to coach it in the IG page with a 7-day cleanse. I'm going to talk a little bit about phase 2 and phase 3, but you don't actually need to follow phase 2 and phase 3. You can just take your Meology every day, replace one meal with Life Shake, get on with your life, and you will feel and function better. If somebody wants a weight loss program, I truly believe the Shaklee 180 is our weight loss program that works and it's easy to follow. Okay. But we've got to be selling the Meology challenge pack as a long-term solution. Okay. You need to stay on the Meology and really show them the benefits of being on loyalty. One of my clients commented in our group today. She said, I finally switched to loyalty. My first month, I got a box of free bars. Crazy. So educate on the loyalty program. I was talking to Jeff Pearson, and don't quote me on these numbers. Well, he said, don't quote me, but it's averages. A customer that buys Meology and doesn't get it on loyalty at the end of the year probably is worth about $400 to you of how much that customer purchases. A customer on loyalty, right, that starts on loyalty at the end of the year is about $2,000 to you, because they just ingrain themselves in the program. They want to buy more products. They want to stay on loyalty, and they earn tons of free stuff. Like it's a really cool program. So really in the beginning, focusing on, this is not for weight loss. This is for better health, better quality of life. Okay. Now, with that, are there any questions about that before I move on? at all. Feel free to just take your chat off. You don't have to type it in. You can just unmute yourself if you have any questions. You good? Okay. All right. Good. So we'll move on. Okay. Today's training topic, becoming an IG influencer. Okay. When you influence a product, I asked you guys to follow Frills and Drills. I love her page. Has anyone followed her before I told you to? Did any of you guys watch her stories? Is she not like the cutest thing ever?
Say it one more time, Z. What was it called? Thrills.
Frills. I'll type it. Frills and Drills. Okay, so Frills and Drills. She is this like adorable mama that remodels her house. There's tons of do-it-yourselfers, by the way, on Instagram. It's not like she's the first that does this. But what I love about her is she puts her camera up and you see her remodeling her house. But that's not actually what I love. It's that she screws up so much, you guys. And you probably didn't see it if you only followed her for 24 hours. And that's what I was hoping you'd see. Like she did a post the other day or a story, and she's like, you're probably all wondering how I get these lines perfect. And then follows it up with like, I fill everything with like wood filler, right? She's extremely self-deprecating, adorable. She has an Oreo obsession. Like she's just this person that you're like, oh my God, I love her. I wish I knew her. I kind of want to be her. I'm not a do-it-yourselfer at all, but it's not about the do-it-yourself. I don't want you guys to think that's what it's about. We don't need to go out and like remodel our house. It's that she shows us that side of her that's super human. And even though she's showing something that's educating, guys, I have no desire to learn about caulking and wood filler. Okay. She talks about that like every day. I have no desire, but I actually love watching her stories. And I don't follow a lot of people because I don't have a lot of time to watch stories. I never miss her stories. They are so much fun to watch. And I know way more about wood filler than I will ever need to know. And the reason I share that is we need to become influencers, but not just for Shackley. If you are influencing only Shackley, people are going to get bored, okay? And they're not going to trust you. We are micro influencers, and that's a good thing. And if you saw the call with Roger Barnett, he talked about this. Micro influencers are not the people that have 100,000 followers. When someone has 100,000 followers, the new thing that's happening is we kind of feel like, I don't know if I trust them. Like they're getting paid lots of money to share this. Micro influencers like us, right? We influence to people we know of things we actually love. And I have a couple other products that I have, agreements with, but I'll tell you guys right now, not a single one ever approached me before I tagged them in a product I already used. So like Eat Bonza pasta, for example. I've been eating Eat Bonza forever. They never paid me a penny, and I tagged them, and then the conversation started. So micro influencers like us are people that use products first. People are not approaching us saying like, hey, we want to offer you a ton of money to promote this. Now, I'm not saying we should go out and influence other brands, but other things in our life, something besides Shackley, okay? Something else that's exciting and important to you. People have got to come to your page. I think Tali and I were talking about this. There's an influencer on IG that like talks a lot about this. People have to come to your page for something else besides Shackley. They're not going to come to you for that, okay? They're probably not even going to come to us for health and wellness, most of us. If Serena is your upline, Serena is like a 9-year fitness fanatic. Like she's been teaching fitness for a long time and she has fitness classes. Someone might come to her page just for fitness because she's been doing that so long and that really is her niche, and then learn about Shackley. But for us, unless you are a nutritionist or a licensed health coach, and this is like the I wouldn't say image, but this is the brand that you've built for yourself over the years, they're going to come for something else. So what is that? It doesn't have to be something super crazy exciting. I will tell you guys, the post that I got the most engagement on yesterday was all the clothing I bought from Amazon. What's funny is I have been buying stuff from Amazon for years and years and years. Like I have a total obsession, but I've never really shared that because I'm not a fashionista at all. However, I realized something. I'm not trying to get fashionistas to follow me. I'm just trying to help other busy moms who don't have time to go get cute clothes from the store find something easy and affordable. That is totally me. And the number of comments I had in the post, the number of private messages, Like totally blew my mind. And you know where it went? Guys, I don't sell Shackley and PMs and private messages all day long. I start you out with those 40 messages, but then after that, we move to building a social media following and let people come to you. And so I had someone message me about the sweater. Okay. She said, hey, I want the link. And we started chatting. I never brought up Shackley once. Then she said, by the way, can you tell me about those vitamins? I feel like I need to change something up. She brought that up, not me. I never brought it up once. So bring someone to your page and get them to comment on something outside of Shackley, and then in your stories, you're sprinkling Shackley in there. They will bring it up. I promise you. So another example, I recorded myself yesterday making dinner, right? But I did it on a time lapse, so it's super fast and people don't get bored. Another thing people love, they love to see us doing everyday things, right? But a little bit faster and see how you do it. Okay. I'm going to pause here because I am actually not the story expert. I don't think anyone is necessarily an expert, but there is someone on our team who I really think does an awesome job of showcasing her life. Now, this is someone who works full time. Okay. This is someone who's a mama and a wife. She's crushing this business, but it's not like she has time to be on the camera all day long, but she's super consistent. So I'm going to pass it over. Erica hit her biggest month, brought 3 people onto her team in a matter of what, like a week, I think?
Yes.
And I want her to share really what she's doing to build her team, but I think it all goes hand in hand with social media. So Erica, if you could take it away.
Thank you. I wrote down just a bunch of notes on my phone, so it's probably going to keep turning off on me. I'll have to keep turning it back on.
That's okay.
But the first thing I thought of is when I wake up every morning, as soon as my feet hit the floor, I say to myself, like I remind myself, I'm going to help some people today. Like that's my first thought. My first thought today, you know, the first day of the month, I'm going to help some people this month. And that's how I want to go into it. I don't want to be a salesperson, even though I need to sell to make an income. My goal is to help people. So that's like my first thought of the day. Second, I always do what Z says. If she tells me to send 40 messages and she tells me what to say and she tells me like when to have it done by, I'll say, okay, like I don't even question it. Even if it makes me nervous, even if I'm scared, I say, okay. Because I look at like Z and Christy and the people who are successful here, and I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. Like they know what works. And so if they tell me to do it, I'm going to do it. I block out the time, I sit down, I send all the messages. I trust the process. So I always do what Z says. The next thing is I always start working early in the month. Like the month that I had COVID in August, it was really stressful because the first half of the month I couldn't work very much. And at the end of the month, I had to like pull it all out. And I remember I messaged Z and I said, yeah, I don't want to do that again. Like it's stressful to try to hit goals at the end of the month. So what I do is like this weekend, it's the first weekend of the month. This is when I'm really going to start working my business. So that way through the rest of the month, I'm following up and checking on people and like building relationships. And then hopefully I'll have already hit my stars by the middle of the month. Let's see. I make a list. So I make a list of 20 or 40 people and I love on them throughout the month. So I engage with their stories, I engage with their posts, I send them messages. It might not have anything to do with Shackley, but just letting them know that I'm interested in their life. Because we all want like people to be interested in us, right? We don't want to be sold to, but knowing that somebody's like caring about you, that's what feels really good. So I make a list of 20 to 40 people and I really make a point to love on them that month. And sometimes they might get moved to the next month too, you know, just depends on how things go. I do take people on a journey through my day. I feel like that has really helped me to connect with a lot of people. I share things that I'm working on. I share things that I struggle with and how I overcome it, hoping that like it might be relatable for them. And also to share like that I don't know it all. I don't do it all right. Like I'm learning and getting through life just like everybody else. So I always share like a struggle and how I'm overcoming it. Am I going too fast? Because I'm a little bit nervous, but is this okay?
No, you're doing amazing. Keep going. So much good stuff.
Okay. Okay, so I use polls and question boxes on Shackley related content and non-Shackley related content. So I use polls and question boxes throughout. I just sprinkle them throughout. And I respond to every single person who either votes on a poll or answers a question box. I always send them a message.
Can you give us an example, Erica? Because actually Tali just asked me that yesterday. Like, do I respond to everyone? And I would love to hear, like, if you did a question about something non-Shackley related, how would you message them about it?
Well, I guess it depends on what it is too. Like the other day I put up a poll about Yellowstone. Most people love the show Yellowstone. Like we're all waiting for it to start on November 7th, right? And so I put up a poll about that. And then if people voted on the poll that they loved it or they haven't watched it, then I send them a message like, right, isn't it so amazing? Like we all sit together as a family and we watch it, my mom and everybody. If they say they haven't watched it, then I send them a message saying, oh my gosh, it's so good. Like even Emily, who doesn't watch TV, got into this show. You might want to give it a try. So
okay, I love that.
Can I ask a question? Oh, sorry. Can I ask a question really fast? This is Tali. I'm driving. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So in the past, I've responded and sometimes I don't respond to polls and stuff, but it seems like the person doesn't know why I'm responding. Like they respond on the poll and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, blah, 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 whatever. And I'll reference the poll. Like I'll say, you know, Yellowstone starts November 7th, whatever. And then, but they like seem to sometimes forget that they responded. So I feel like it's kind of weird. Does that happen to you?
Yes, but I also feel like, and what I learned is a lot of people vote on polls by accident because they're clicking through and wherever you position the poll, sometimes their finger just hits it and they don't even realize they voted on it. So what I've learned to do is I try to move my polls over to where like their right hand, like their thumb won't hit it. I move it a little to the left or a little bit up so that it's likely to get like accidental votes. And
okay, that's good advice.
Yeah, because, and the reason I learned that is because when somebody does vote on something Shackley, so I message them and I say, hey, I see that you voted on my poll, you know, would you like more information? I always ask, did you mean to vote on my poll? Because sometimes I know that happens by accident. Would you like more info? And then they tell me, oh no, I voted by accident. So I started learning to like reposition the poll or don't make it too big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That would be my.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Let's see. Where am I at? Okay, and I always share like tips and products I love and why. So like if I'm cooking dinner and I'm using a seasoning that I love, I'll take a picture of it and I'll post, you know, where I got that seasoning because people want to know, like they like little tips like that. Or if I'm using a product that I love, nothing related to Shackley, just because I love it, I'll share it and then I share where I got it. So, and a lot of people respond to that. They really like that. Let's see. Okay, so I also, like Z mentioned, I do work a day job. And honestly, when I come home from my day job, I don't always have the mental capacity to work my business. Like I'm tired. My brain is done for the day. So I don't feel like I can just like sit and send out messages or anything like that. But what I can do is love on people. I can sit on social media and I can scroll and I can heart and I can comment on their posts. I can watch their stories and send them messages. Like that feels good to me and it doesn't feel mentally draining and it doesn't feel like I'm working. I feel like I'm making connections. So I don't send messages every day like regarding Shackley, but I do engage with people so that they know that I'm still there. And that's doable for me. The weekends are for sending like invites, and that's when I do a little bit more like business related messaging because I don't have to go to work and I have more like thinking time. And I only send it like when I feel it's appropriate. So I don't just mass message a lot of people. It has to be people that I've been chatting with and building a relationship with. I have to feel good about it. Let's see. When I do send first time messages and memos about people, like telling people about what I'm doing and they don't respond, I don't follow up with that in particular. I wait until they post something and then I go love on it, or I wait till they share something on their stories and I go comment on it, because then when they see that I commented on it, like in their messages, they're going to be like, oh yeah, she sent me that post, or she sent me that message and I never responded. And so then it gets them thinking like, oh, okay, maybe I should respond to that. So I don't necessarily follow up on the business end of it, but I do try to engage with them a little bit more just to remind them, hey, I sent you a message, you haven't responded yet. Let's see. And then I always notice, like when Z asked me to send the 40 voice memos, out of those 40 voice memos, maybe about 8 to 10 people actually responded, but the other ones that didn't respond all started watching my stories. So the seed was planted. Now they're watching. They're like, hey, she sent me that message and I don't know what she's doing, but I'm going to start watching her stories and find out a little bit more about what's going on to see if I'm interested. And so, so don't feel like if people don't respond to you, like don't take it personal. They're just trying to feel things out. They don't know what's happening yet.
Erica, sorry, really fast. Did you send the voice memos on social media then, or both, or text?
I did Facebook Messenger. Well, it depends.
Oh.
Like, it depends, because like if I know that person's mostly on Facebook, I did it on Facebook. If I know they're mostly on Instagram, I did it on Instagram. If I know that they're trying to stay away from social media and I have their phone number, I sent them to their cell phone, to their like phone number. So I took all the routes.
Okay.
Also, when somebody ghosts me and like they don't respond and they keep watching, I'm totally okay with that, because you know what? In 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, I'm still going to be here and I'm still going to need stars and I'm still going to need new members. And maybe that will be the right time for them. Maybe right now it's not the right time, but that's okay. Later on, they'll join me. I'm okay with that. We always need new customers. Also, I never send info unless somebody asks for it. So I answer their question. And then I always say, would you like more info? Would you like to learn more? And if they say yes, then I fill in those gaps and answer their questions. But I never send extra info that they didn't ask for. To me, that feels pushy. And I wouldn't want somebody to, like, I've gotten those long messages from somebody I haven't even engaged with. And I'm like, I didn't ask for that. So I don't do that to people. And it's, we have to remember too, like we're super excited, right? Like we have this thing, it's like this beautiful gift that we have, and we know how it can impact their lives, and we know how it can improve their lives, and we're excited and we want to share it with them. But sometimes like they're not ready for our excitement. They're not excited yet. They're not ready. They're just barely taking in the information. So we always have to remember to meet people where they're at and then help them get excited about it. And the last thing I have here is I never go into a conversation with the intention to sell. Never. I only go into a conversation or ask somebody to take the meology with an intention to help and support them, but never to sell. Like I'm not attached to the outcome, because if I attach myself to the outcome, for one, if they say no, I'll be let down. But two, I feel like they can feel that. They can feel when somebody's trying to sell to them and nobody wants to be sold to. So I always go into the conversation thinking like, how can I help you? And that's everything.
That was amazing. I feel like so many good nuggets. You guys, Erica messaged me this morning and she's like, do you want to hear what I have to say like first? And I'm like, no, I really don't. I don't want to filter you. And I'm so glad I didn't, because what were some takeaways that you guys got? I'm putting everyone else on the spot, but I really think that was so good. There was like 3 or 4 nuggets that I just don't want to forget. They were so good.
Thank you.
Can you talk about how you bring on distributors? Tali, we'll have to do that another day because we're really close on time. But for bringing on new distributors, she really does just follow exactly what I told you. She sends them a group message with me, like literally follows step by step, sends them a group message, and then I take over. Right, Monica? That's what you did, right? You signed on, she added you to the email list, she sent a group message on Facebook, and then I jumped in, and Monica's getting ramped up this week. So
I just meant, like, you said you
Yeah.
signed 3 new people.
Oh, how'd she
in
get
the
3
last
new
week.
people?
Yeah, and I was just wondering how you approach people, you know, that you might be interested on having on your team.
So the 3 that I signed up, 1 was already on the fence. So as soon as they announced at conference the promo, she was the first one I messaged. I'm like, hey, $25, double income. And she's like, I'm on it. Like, she signed up right then. That's all it took for her. For Monica, my cousin, and Isidra, they both voted on my polls. So keep in mind, when you put up a poll, I don't get a ton of engagement on my polls. I don't get like a lot of people, you know, voting. Monica was the only one who voted on that poll. It only took 1. Keep that in mind. It only took 1. So you don't have to have a ton of engagement. Don't feel like, oh, that poll wasn't like impactful, or it didn't, you know, help anything. I sometimes don't get any votes on my polls. That's okay. People are still seeing it. And all it took was that 1 vote. Isidra, the other one who signed up, same thing. I put up a poll about joining the business. She's the only one who voted. I only needed that 1, and she signed up.
Also,
Okay,
I just want to add this for you, Erica. You've been talking about the business long before this promo, right?
Mhm.
Like, so she's always kind of like putting into her stories, and that's okay if you haven't been doing that. It's never too late to start. But sometimes I think what I see happen is like you start talking about it and you're like, no one wants to join me, and it's like month 2. But she's been talking about it in her joining her team and how this company's been so much better for her since May, since you joined.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. And now it's finally like happening, right? Like it's all
Yeah.
falling into place. So just start, and don't worry if it doesn't happen like your first month. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be promos and good reasons to start, even if you don't get someone like the next 2 weeks, like we really want to push for, but just don't stop talking about it if you don't see it pay back right away. Even like for me, the people I'm messaging, and I know Audrey's got some that are happening pretty soon, like we've been talking to them for a while. However, you could get lucky and message someone tomorrow and they're like, yes, I want to join you, right? So just don't hold back from reaching out to people about the opportunity. Even if you're brand spanking new, the message is like, let's learn together, let's fail together, let's learn together, let's have fun together, let's fall on our face and get back up and make some money and build a team and have fun and all that good stuff together, right? Kind of like you and Karen are doing. You know, you're learning together, because Tali, you haven't been doing this like 5 years, but you guys are really just such a powerhouse, like friendship team. And that's really the best way that people start. Okay. We are going to wrap up today because we are getting close to 9:45, but that was so awesome, Erica. And I hope the IG stuff really helped you guys about really selling less and educating and sharing pieces of your life to make it fun and interesting. When you do share Shackley products, like to think about like the influencer way of sharing, you know, you're going to want to share more than just what's in the product. You can go to the Shackley Connect website or app and look up the product. You do want to educate, like, why is ours better? What is actually in here? What's actually banned? But then actually showing people, you know, what does it actually look like? What are your lashes like now? Sharing that personal experience instead of just posting a picture from the Shackley Share app of our mascara and saying, get this mascara, right? There's like so much more you can do to actually make it fun and exciting. And you just have to think, if someone can influence me to be excited about wood filler because she's just so cute and bubbly, then we can get people excited about mascara, right? You don't have to be cute and bubbly. You just have to be you and make it fun and make it exciting, but also educate, right? Like I now know that if I ever want to build something, it doesn't have to line up perfectly, because I can fill that up with wood filler, Like I learned something, and it is kind of fun to learn. So educate and inspire and make it fun for people, whether your style is cutesy or your style is funky or your style is funny, whatever that is, like have a style and then share things outside of just the Shackley product. You want people to come to your page and think, hey, I get good value, whatever product she shares, whether it's a sweater on Amazon or wood filler. Like I know you guys ever want to know what kind of nail to buy to hang a photo? I could tell you that too. I'm going to build a house one day. Just watch. All right, guys. I hope you had a great day. Let's have a freaking amazing month. Let's start early, just like Erica said. And we have 31 days to hit our goals. Let's take a quick picture. Can you guys, those of you without your cameras on, if you can turn them on, let's take a photo.
Okay, like, don't judge me. My hair's
no judgment. Hey, Katie, you have done.
Thank you for having me.
Do a boomerang too. Hang tight. Real quick.
I never know where to look. Do I look at my
I'm like not the expert at all. Lisa, where are you? You're outside. All right, let's just do like a wave or a kiss or whatever you guys want. It's a boomerang. And I look so weird. I didn't even do it, you guys. All right, just smile. Horrible, I just have to say. See, I do not do the funny well. All right, I got it. Okay. Wait, who's on? Who's everybody on? There you are, Lacey. Lacey and Katie are on Serena's downline. And of course, they like take their camera off and they look all cute. You guys could have had your camera on the whole time. Same with Lisa. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll see you all in the Love Shack thread, and let's start our month super strong. Tali and Karen, I'll message you two right now. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye, ladies.